Freshmen go wild.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, I'm Alli Smith, and I'm a freshman here at Northwood. And I'm going to be talking to you about the mission trip I got to go on to the Dominican Republic this July. And so at first, I was really nervous because I didn't know that many people on my team, and I was also the youngest person there. But I was like, okay, God has a plan for me, and I just have to trust Him. Every flight that we went on, it was delayed, and we had a 5-hour layover in Miami both times. But I knew that God would get us there in His timing. But so for our ministries there, what we would do is we would do skits, we would sing music, we would sing songs for them, and we would also share some of our testimonies depending on like where we went. Like we went to a prison, and only the guys were allowed to share them. But like to see where our team also came from was really cool. And so at the end of our ministries, what we would do is we'd stand in a line, and we would ask if anybody needed prayer, and if they did, to come up to get prayed for. And at first, I was like, okay, well, this is weird because they speak Spanish, and I speak English, and I know no Spanish at all whatsoever. But despite the language barrier, I trusted God that He would just give me the words to say to these people, and I knew that He understood us both perfectly. And so I just let Him speak through me. And okay, so since I'm only 14, I wasn't sure if I could make a difference there, but I just had to trust God with the whole trip, and knowing that letting Him fulfill His plan that He had for me there. And He definitely set me out of my comfort zone, and He let me know that it doesn't matter what age you are, you can make a difference at any age. And before ministries, there would be a bunch of kids everywhere. We'd have toys, we'd have candy for them, we'd play with them, and just to see like how grateful they were for the little things they had was just amazing to see like how much in America we take for granted. And what we did was, so we'd go out for our ministries, and we'd invite people, we'd give out free waters and ice creams, and we'd be like, hey, we're having our ministry down here, and you guys can come and watch it and stuff. And one of the things that really impacted me there was when we went to the hospital. We went to go pray over people, we went to go pray over injured kids, injured people, and it was really hard to see the conditions that they were in there, because their health obviously isn't as good as we have here. And so when we walked in there, my team just started going out and putting their hands out and praying for people. And I was like, well, this is kind of weird. I don't really want to put my hand out and pray over these people. But I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so I prayed to God, and okay, give me the words to say, because I don't know what these kids are going through, but you do. And so I put out my hand and I prayed over these people that I didn't even know. But I knew that He knew what they were going through, that He was going to answer these prayers that my whole team was doing. And one of the things that really impacted me there was when we went to the ICU waiting room. My friend and I were the first people to go in. And we weren't allowed to go into the ICU, and these were for kids that were in such bad conditions. We weren't allowed to go see them. But we went to go in the waiting room, and we saw their parents. We'd hand them the teddy bear seat for their kids. And my friend and I were the first people to go in, and we held hands with these two ladies. And we started praying with them, and they started praying too, and it was amazing just to feel the impact that they had. They were praying in Spanish, and we were praying in English. And it was really touching, because I wanted to be able to give them the hope that I didn't have. That when my dad was in the ICU, and I remember just not having hope and not feeling like it was going to be okay. I remember just feeling so broken, and I wanted to give these people the opportunity to not be broken, and to just give them the hope that we have here every day. And so the last day we were there, I was like, okay, well, I feel like I've had an amazing experience here, but I feel like there's not that big moment that everybody talks about. So I was praying to God in the morning, and I was like, okay, God, it's the last day, and I really want that big moment. And so it was the last day of ministry. It was dark out. We were at a park, and our ministry was set up here. If this was a ministry, it was right here, but there was a playground area, and we were playing with the kids and everything before. And so when we were all standing in a line at the end, I was praying over people, and then I went to go stand over to the side with my friend. And I felt something tugging at my heart, and I turned over, and there's a guy in a white tank top, and I was like, okay, I feel like God wants me to go pray for him. But I was talking to my friend, I'm like, okay, how do you say, can I pray for you in Spanish? She was like, I have no idea, but if you feel like God is calling you to go do something, go do it. So in the middle of the night, I was walking over there by myself to this guy, and I was like, I didn't know what to say, so I was like, can I pray for you? And that's all I knew how to And he nodded his head. He was so happy, and he was like, yeah, yeah. And he's like got his headphones, and I was praying over him, and I was kind of scared because I'm like, well, I'm like, it's the middle of the night, and I'm just standing here with this guy. And so then two of my friends, I feel their hands on my shoulders, and I'm like, and they started praying over him too with me. And just to feel the power of the Holy Spirit there was just so amazing. And so after that, he was so happy. We were talking to him even though we didn't know what he was saying, and he didn't really know what we were saying. We were still talking. And and so then we went around the park and we started praying for other people there. And everyone was just so happy because some people, they don't, when we ask if we need prayer, not everybody wants to come up. But everybody does need prayer. And I mean, just to be able to give those people the opportunity to be prayed for, it was a great experience to see how happy they were. And it was a really life-changing experience. And I encourage you guys to, if you guys ever get the experience to like go somewhere and make a difference, like that's what we're called here. And it made me realize that our purpose in life, it's to make like whatever we do to be for the glory of God. Like our purpose in life, like everybody has a purpose, but when we die, it doesn't matter how many touchdowns we made, it doesn't matter how many games we played, it doesn't matter how many scales we knew on our instrument, it doesn't matter. That stuff is temporary. What matters is how many people we brought to Christ. And that's what made me realize, like, that's why we have to step out of our comfort zone and tell other people about God, because that's what we're here for. And so, if you ever get the opportunity to go do something, go do it, because it's a great experience. And, yeah. I don't know how to... Thank you.